Alright, today I had a really fun idea that I wanted to kind of test out. Now, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I do a lot of art here. I do it all on live streams and then I kind of cut down the clips. I put it all on the art channel whenever I'm done with them. And for the most part, I think I'm pretty decent at it. I didn't go to art school or anything like some people. And you know what? I turned out okay. I did everything from scratch and I learned the ropes on my own. I didn't have any help. So I think I came a pretty decent way whenever I started. So I thought it'd be a really fun idea to go back on some of my favorite drawings and some of my least favorite ones and do a tier list on them. Yeah, everyone loves tier lists. It's like the most crazy thing that everyone loves to do on this whole fucking platform. Now I have a few drawings here. I can't go through all of them because I literally have a shit ton. Some are pretty embarrassing and there's some that I do not think should see the light of day ever because they're just that fucking bad. So I'm gonna go through some of them and I want to just rank them all because I do think I've come a pretty decent way from when I started. So this is gonna be like the whole evolution of when I started all this. There was some when I was starting out the channel, and then I kind of just grew up from there. I even did some that I did on my own whenever I wasn't ever making anything. So let's just get into it.
Straight down, see there it comes, there it comes.
Alright, the first one. This is, god damn it. This is when I started the channel back in like June of 2024, I want to say. Damn, it's been a long time. I do think this one's a little bit special because it did kind of set me off in the right direction. It kind of just gave my channel a little bit of a jump start when I started out. I think it's the most viewed thing on my channel actually, which is very fucking surprising because I just think this drawing fucking sucks. It is so bad. Like, the hair looks awful. The only thing that's decent about it is the eyes. The anatomy sucks. The shading sucks. Everything about this just sucks. But I will give it like a little, saving grace here because I still was very new to it. I didn't really know much about digital art at the time. I was just going through the motions because I wanted to do something for the channel when I started out. So I think I'll put this in D tier. I don't think it sucks completely. I think there are some things that I did decent here, like with the eyes and everything. You can kind of see how I did some of that, but even then, like, fuck, man, it still sucks. The whole shadowing and the light thing sucks ass. I couldn't even do any proper line art. So I'll put this at D tier. I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt, just thinking that I couldn't really do much here when I was just starting out. So I'll put that in D tier. Oh, you know what? I do remember this. My Firefly one. I did this when I was about to hit 100 subscribers. This was a big fucking milestone for me. It was my first art stream too, so that was pretty nostalgic too. I think I did okay here. I think I did a lot better than with the Nautico one. I'll put this probably at C tier. It was just a weird time. I still didn't know anything about streaming or anything. It was the first one I ever did. And it was still like a really fun time. I was still like going through the ropes. I think I did okay here. It's a little cringe looking back on it, but I still like did some shading right. I think I kind of like mixed the colors a little bit better here. Eyes could have been, wow, a little bit better for sure, but I think my line art was a little bit more cleaner here. That's why I'm kind of putting it up there in C, just because I think I did do better. I still think it's bad or anything, but I still think there was like a ton of work improvement. Like, you can kind of see right here, like this little spot right here where I kind of just blended it into oblivion to where it kind of just mixed together with the actual background. That was a bit of an embarrassment on my part, but yeah, I'll still think it's like a C tier level drawing, just from where I was at, when I was starting out. Ooh. Alright, this wasn't one I did online. This was actually the very first drawing I ever did on digital tablet. You can kind of see whenever I stream it, I always talk about it sometimes. But this one is just a straight up fucking F tier. It sucks so bad. This looks like something you'd see on like a kid's DeviantArt page. They were just starting out. It sucks. The line art is so fucking terrible. You can see like right here, it's all like horrid. I think the one thing that happened to me was I was doing a little trackpad, which kind of sucked. The eyes, like, ooh, it's like so unsteady. I did not get a steady hand as time goes on. It was so fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Clearly I was a very beginner at this shit. I had been doing traditional art for so long on pen and paper that I could not translate it very well to this actual thing. It just looks so fucking bad. There's no shading, there's no nothing. Everything is like completely out of whack. There's just absolutely no detail at all. The only detail I think I kind of put in there was like on the headband and maybe the eyes a little bit, but that just looks so fucking bad. I hate this drawing. I hate it, but it's like so nostalgic. I'm putting it in F tier because it's so fucking tragic. I really wish I knew a little bit more going into this when I started rather than just, try it out. But I think that's the best way to probably learn. Some people it's a little bit different, but for me it was just like the very first thing I ever did, wondering like how the hell does this actually work. I didn't know anything about layers at the time, so that's probably what was going on. But anyway, yeah, this is definitely gonna go into F tier. I think that's pretty much where it belongs. It should stay there. I don't think it should see the light of day, not like some of the other ones. Alright, moving on. My Gabriel drawing. We're kind of going into the point where I'm doing this on live, where I'm kind of just, learning as thing goes on. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I think this was like the 4th or 5th drawing I did when I started doing the live streams again for the art stuff. So I think it was okay. It's a little bit rough. The track jacket was okay. I did a little bit better with the shading here. It's still a little bit, sloppy. I think I did okay with the eyes. I think this is when I started to realize that I was more eye focused on everything, so I'd put like more details and like extra coloring into the eyes. I think that's where everything kind of just shone, and I started to experiment with the hair a little bit. I tried doing a little bit more effects. I didn't get into background art that much yet, so I think this is kind of where it kind of started to experiment with all the stuff that I was trying to do, like see what works and what doesn't. So I think, because this is like been the experimental stage, I'm gonna put this at a C tier. I think that's best where it belongs. It's not the best, it's not the worst either, but it's, parts of me were like trying really hard to figure out what's going on. Ooh, alright, I do like this one. I do like the Nero Santo one. Nero is probably my favorite character in Fate, like one of my top 5, but this was really fun. I really like this. I did this in December, I'm pretty sure, when like Christmas time was going around. I, still had some trouble with the hand. I think the hand turned out actually pretty good. I liked it. I think the shading could have been a lot better, but I think I did the outfit kind of decently. Line art was still crap, like from the neck down, but like everything else, the hair, it's still like, crappy line art. You can kind of see like where it's all, rough and everything. There's some stuff that wasn't filled in properly. I think it was okay. I think it was a pretty good attempt. The eyes were looking a lot better. I got better at, shading. I, experimented with the skin tones and everything. I thought it was a pretty decent drawing. Usually what happens at these drawings near the end, I kind of just rush it because I'm, so pressed for time that I just want to finish it. And I never really give it a proper, rundown of where everything was going on. I also think I fucked up here. I didn't lower the opacity enough to where it's still showing from my sketch. So there is a little bit of a problem there. So I think with this one, I'll probably put it at a B. It's, still good. It's getting better. You can kind of see my little growth from here. So I'll put that in a B. Okay, this one's an F. I did this on stream. I was just so fucking tired one day. I didn't know what the fuck to do. This was just like an attempt at an OC, and I just sucked ass at it. So I'm just gonna like put that one in F right there. That's where it fucking belongs, because it sucks. I'm not really the best when it comes to OCs. I should probably work on that a little bit. Okay, Terita. I like this one. I kind of like the way I did the hair. I think the liner was a little bit solid here. The hands sucked. Hands always suck for me though, so I don't know what I was expecting. I do like the way the hair kind of turned out here. There's some little gaps here and there that I'm kind of noticing still. I don't know what it is whenever I was doing stuff. I never really gave things a proper look through whenever I finished it, or I guess quote unquote finished. It's still like pretty weird. Eyes, yeah, you can see like right here, this little spot is like bothering the fuck out of me. I think the eyes are okay, not the best. I think it still looks a bit neat compared to the other ones, but it's still a little bit, bad. I think I'm gonna put this one at a B. Actually, I think I'm gonna put this one at a C tier. I think it's, it's getting there. It's not as good as like the Nero one, I think, because it just seems like a little lackluster. Yeah, there's like a lot of colors going on here, and well, there's not as much happening compared to like the other one, but I think it was like still a decent attempt, so I'll give it a C. Okay, Yuki from Shiba Yugi. Actually, personally, I like this one a lot. I think this is one of my favorite ones to draw. It's not the best. I think it's better than the Teorito one, but my favorite thing to do was the eyes. I really loved working on the eyes for these. This was so fun. I actually got a little bit experimental when I was doing that. I wanted to try and space things out with the lights. I wanted to add little details here and there, add like some corresponding colors, did stuff with the eyelashes. It's still a little bit, crooked. It's like still, shitty line art, but I think it was like the most fun I ever had doing a drawing because I got to kind of experiment with everything, if that makes sense. But it was still like really fun. It's still not good. I think it was like when the first episode came out of the show, which is a very good show. I think if you love the survival psychological horror type stuff, I think you'd probably really like this stuff. I don't think it's horror per se, but it can be pretty fucking brutal at times. So I don't know, if you like maybe like Monogatari or something, you'd probably like a show like this, but I really liked it. I think it was a pretty decent drawing. I was still like not as good. I'm still not as good. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, but I do like this one just for the eyes in general. I think that's like where the highlight is. So I'm gonna put this at a B. I want to say A almost, but I think I'll leave this as a B. It's still like in the area of the whole Nero thing, so I'll give that there. Okay, Fern. I really like this one. This is probably one of my top 5 drawings that I ever did. I still mess things up with the whole skin tone right here. You can kind of see like where I kind of outlined it. I tried to do a shadow here, but this is mainly a whole painting one. I didn't really do any line art for this just because I wanted to kind of see how all the colors kind of work together. But this was a really, really cool drawing. I really like this one. It was pretty fantastic nonetheless. I think it was kind of cool when I, just went all random with the brush to see what could turn out. I like this little light effect that I kind of did here with the whole staff and everything, make it glow with all the flowers and everything. It's not like perfect, but I think it's a good A tier item right here. So I think I'm going to put that one in A tier because it just looks so cool. And plus, purple and blues are like my favorite colors ever. So that's kind of where I'm going to put that one just because it's just so pretty. I like this one a lot. Okay, moving on. I think this is what the randomizer things that I used to do. I still want to bring those back. So if you want to see me do some of those, just let me know. I'll probably bring back the randomizer deal. But I was drawing Itsuki from Quintuplets, and I had to draw her in like a angel outfit. So I did that. I think it was pretty good. This got a little bit more neat. I think I did pretty well here. Eyes weren't as detailed as I thought I would make them. I did some things here with the pupils, but the whole other thing was just like it feels very stiff. It's like there's not much going on here. There's not a lot of detail with the clothing. It's just very plain and simple. You can kind of see where I missed stuff right here. That's kind of embarrassing. But I think I nailed the face pretty well. I think I did pretty decent at that. Started getting into the whole shading with the hair thing. This was kind of weird. I don't know what I was doing with that. I think I just kind of, went off and did my own thing here. I didn't really know where the light was going with this, so I did a little bit better here. I'm not going to put this as like a high level thing. I'm going to put this as a C tier just because there's not really much happening here. There's no detail whatsoever. It's very plain. There's nothing, there's just nothing. I did get better, yeah, but there's just like nothing that really pops out, which kind of makes things a little bit hard. So for that, I'm probably going to put it at a C tier. Alright, Ogre Cap. I think this was an S tier drawing for sure. It's so cool. I love how I just drew like a fucking Baconator. It's not sponsored or anything. I don't think it ever will be. But it was fucking cool. I did so much details. I didn't really put much details in the eyes. I don't think I really needed to just because I thought it was like focused solely on the burger. But I did stuff with the outfit. I did more shadows here. I made it look like it was a table sitting in a booth. This was like the first one where I really started to focus down on doing background stuff and trying to put as much detail as I can into certain parts, So you can kind of see where I did like shading on the face, on the teeth, the mouth, and then I started focusing more on the burger here. I really like this one. I could have probably done a little bit more here with the head ornament, where I could have put like a little bit more light here, kind of just make it bounce off. But still, I think it was a pretty good attempt. I really like this drawing a lot. It's one of my favorite ones that I ever did, especially on stream. That was a really fun time for those who got to see it. So I think I'm going to put this one as an S tier. I think it's the first one of the S tiers because it just looks so cool. I don't know. I just really like this one. It's so good. I just really enjoy it. Okay, this is the big one. I think this is probably the best drawing I've ever done, if I'm being completely honest with you. This is an automatic S tier. It's Chitoge from Nisekoi, which is probably one of my favorite shows ever. It's amazing. It's an amazing show. I really went all out with this. I did so much of the fucking eyes. I don't know how I cannot replicate this right now. It's so hard. I can't just like go back and try and replicate this whole process that I was going through my mind. It felt like just a one-hit wonder kind of deal with me. It hit one time and I never did anything good as that. I really want to try and get back into that. I think mainly just because I've had such a long break from doing art. I did one a few days ago, but I just needed some time off to kind of just relax, recuperate, because usually when I do, I can come up with some pretty decent stuff, and this is like one of those things where I think I could probably replicate if I have enough time in general. But it just looks so cool. I love the way I did the colors here. I love the blues to the greens on the yellow hair. It really bounced off. It was like, wow, it was just like a whole spectrum of colors just right in your fucking face. I really like that shit. It's like Mike Tyson just coming in and punching you right in the eyes with paint. It's cool. So I think I'm going to give this one an S tier. It's such a beautiful drawing and I just really love it to death. All right, moving on. This was like the follow-up to that drawing when I tried to replicate everything that was going on in that. This was Ren from Chain Soldier. I think, yeah, that's what her name is. I tried to do the same thing with the eyes. It didn't really pan out as well. I think I did pretty decent here. It's not the best. I still think it's not as good as the one before that, but I really like this one. I think it's a pretty decent one. It's not the best, so I'm probably gonna put this one as an A tier. I still had some things I was trying to work out here. You can kind of see where I kind of mess up with a bit of line art. The chains kind of look a bit sloppy here. It doesn't really flow as well. It's a little bit stiff. Collar's still there. The whole tassel here was a little bit tricky. I didn't really know what I was doing there, and I kind of just got a little bit sloppy at the back of the hair with that. So I tried to replicate the thing that I was trying to, do before, but it kind of just didn't pan out. I think that's what's the problem here. I'm trying to replicate it. I think that's my biggest problem. If I'm trying to replicate something that I just thought up of out of the blue, then I think it just becomes a lot harder to do. So I think I'm going to put this one in A tier. It still looks good, but I don't think it looks as good as, the original. Okay, this is another good one, I think. This is when I was kind of starting to get into the flow of that, where I tried to do the eyes the same way I did the Nisekoi ones. This was decent. I think I did the clothing a little bit better here. It was shading a little bit better. The hands could have used a little bit of work. I think I kind of fucked up with the hair here, but it still looks okay. There's still little things here that I kind of miss here and there. You're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see just a bunch of me just fucking up everything. You can like see how there's no like rest of the tie here. It's just like fucking floating there. The skirt was, not there all the way. There's still some things overlapping with the line art, which I know I should have probably been fixing here. But I think this was still a good attempt. I'll probably put this one in A tier, same thing as the other one. There's just a lot of things that were going on in this one that didn't really feel, right. I do think it's decent, but I feel like I could have done a lot better here, so I'm going to put that in A tier. Okay, the Teto one, I actually like the Teto one a lot. I think this is probably, in my opinion, this one was a bit of an S tier. I won't say it's like A, because I know it's still like in the same level, but I think what really sold it for me was like doing the hair. I think that was like the most fun part of it. The dress could have used a little bit of work. It kind of just looks like it's one big piece, or it's just like there's no lines anywhere. It's kind of just flowing into one big thing, which I think could work in a sense, because this is kind of like what it's doing over here, where the hair is just kind of blending all together. There's like wind everywhere. It's all like flowy. You can see it drills, and it's kind of like you know, it's really cool. I think I like the way things worked out. God damn it, I see it fucking again. I see the line art from the sketch. That sucks. That's stupid. Regardless of that, if you like ignore that shit, you can kind of see like all the different colors going around. The mic is a little bit better. The hands still could use work. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me and hands. I don't think I'll ever, you know, get that good at it. But I think this was a pretty good drawing. I liked it a lot. So I will put that in S tier. I think it's so fucking cool. I think it's really colorful. So I'll put that there for now. Diana from Pragmata. I did this after I beat the game. So this one actually took a while. It took me like 2 days, I want to say. I think that's how long it took for me to actually finish this drawing. And I think it looks pretty decent. I think the coat could have been a lot better. I think this was an S tier drawing for sure. The hair is starting to, you know, work its way into place here. I kind of did separate layers for that one just because I wanted to see how it would work out. But the hand looks definitely a lot better. This hand looks better too. It's still not perfect, but it's like, you know, you can see like the computer stuff going on. You can see it activating a program. Feet though, I fucking hated the feet. I don't ever want to do the feet again. The feet are so fucking hard to draw. I don't know how the, you know, hentai artists do it. I really want to know their secrets. But if I could like master that, I could probably make so much fucking money. I really want to. But the hair looks nice. There's a shadow there. I think it turned out okay. I got to experiment a little bit with it, so I think I'll put this one in S tier just because it looks a lot neater. There's a little bit more detail going and stuff, especially with the lighting going from like the green to the dark blue. I kind of like that, so I'll put that in S tier. Okay, this one I'm gonna put that in S tier. I really like this one. I'm so sad I didn't fucking record it whenever I was doing it on stream so I can upload it to the art channel. But damn, dude, it was like so close to being perfect in my eyes. The shading looks so good. The shading looks perfect. The eyes look almost perfect. The hair looks nice. It's like a flowy from the front, and then it kind of just like gets more solid on the back. So I'm gonna put that one in S tier. I love Sumi from Rent a Girlfriend, even though Rent a Girlfriend's just fucking trash right now. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in S tier. Tamamo from Fate. I was not the biggest fan of this one. It took me a while. Everything was a bit messy. I'm gonna put this one at like a D tier. It's not like pretty at all. It just looks so fucking messy. It looks like I scratched everything up. It's so bad. I did the ears fucking weird. The face was weird. The hand sucks. There's no perspective. There's no nothing. I don't know what the fuck I was doing that day. I just felt like I could not do shit. So I'm gonna put that in D tier. It sucks. The Shinobu drawing, or the kiss shot drawing. Dude, this one was actually like really fucking good. It took me so long. It took me like 12 plus hours, I want to say, to do it when I was doing it on stream. I fucking killed it with this one. This one was like okay. These two kind of just like, you know, were about the same. But man, this fucking one, I don't know how I did that shit so well. With like the time that I did, it just like worked out entirely. They look like completely different characters. But man, that was like a really fun drawing. I knew it kind of like, you know, messed up near the end, but when you look at it all together, it just looks so fucking cool. I think I was really proud of this one. I'm putting that in S tier because it just looks so fucking awesome. Just seeing all like 4 versions together, I thought it was just like a really cool idea. So I'm gonna put that in S tier. I just want to like blast through that one because it's fucking cool. Okay, this is the Mushoku Tensei one. This is Eris. I didn't really like this one all that much. I think there's some things that I did good here, like doing stuff with the hair. The eyes could have been a lot better. I think I made them like way too fucking red. It does not really look like her all that much compared to what I've seen. So I think I'm gonna put this one in C tier. It's okay, it's a decent attempt, but I think there's some stuff I could have like done better at. Like with the shading here, the cuffs here, the hands could have been a bit better, could have just blended into the hair perfectly. So I will give that a C tier. I think there's just some stuff I could have improved on to that, but some of it looks fine, some of it does like not. So C tier. Alright, my Kyoko drawing from Call of the Night. I thought this was kind of cool. I never did one like this where the colors are a bit so desaturated on a character, so this was kind of a neat little experiment whenever I tried it out. There's some stuff I think I could have worked out. I think I did the glasses fucking perfectly, but I think it kind of just looks a bit scratchy here and there. The background looks a bit trash. The hand looks a lot better for sure. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, like, some of the character was bad, but the hand was just fucking on point. That's just really weird to me. Perspective wise, it's not the best. There's still a little bit like lines here and there that kind of messed up at. You can kind of just see where things are going here. I've just been making little mistakes here and there. I'm not to where I want to be, where I'm like perfect at it, but it still looks fairly decent. I think I'll put this one at a B, just because like the hand looks great and all, but I think there was just some things that, you know, they look fine, but I don't know, it's not really my favorite one. It's a good drawing, yeah, but I think there was just some things I could have fixed personally. All right, I think this was my best drawing, honestly, one of my top 3 best drawings. It just looks so neat. The line art looks so much better. The hair like kind of flows off into its own thing. I really like that. The eyes look, you know, near picture perfect. The antlers look perfect. The shading is almost like dead on great with the paint. I could have just done a little bit better line art here, but it just looks so nice. Like, I don't know what it was. Whenever I did this, it just looks so fucking clean. I don't get it, but I don't know. Something about me whenever I did this drawing, it just, you know, clicked like that. I don't know what it is with me in that, but whenever I do art sometimes, this is just what happens. So I think for this one, I'm gonna put that in S tier. It just looks so fucking cool. This is like hands down one of the best drawings I ever did. And I also love Dragon Maid too, so it's awesome. Oh, I remember this. This was the first drawing I did when I started doing the art live streams again. This was my With You in the Rain drawing. This was happening when the show was airing. So I was, you know, still watching it. I was in a different place at the time because we were getting renovations done here at this place. So I didn't have all my equipment with me. I was like just trying to do some stuff. And this was what I did. It was, you know, good, you know, first time back drawing after like months and months of not doing it. So I think for what it was, I'm gonna put this at a C tier. It's, you know, still not the best, but I think I did a little bit better here just for being rusty for so long that I think it was, you know, a good attempt at what I was trying to do here, and then it kind of just like got better from there. So I'm gonna put that in C tier just because it was a good attempt. It wasn't the best, but it's still like better than what I've done previously in the past. Okay, and this is the one I did very recently. I think this is the last art piece I did on stream. So it was my Silver Wolf one. I hadn't played Honkai Star Rail in so long, but I did play and I got the character anyway. So I decided, you know, since I already got her, I might as well just draw her. I think it looks okay. It's still pretty good. I don't think it's like a top one. There's some stuff I could have worked on here, but for the most part, it looks pretty decent. The hair is the only thing that like really bothers me. The legs were so fucking difficult to draw. This little tablet here, you know, was meh. I don't know what it was. I tried to do something with this and I kind of just got so over the top because I was just trying to do so many things at once that it kind of just ruined the whole art piece for me. So I think even though it looks great, I'm probably gonna give this one a B, just because there's some things here that I know I could have done a lot better at. It does look like good compared to some of the other ones I've drawn. Like, it does look a little bit better aesthetically, but there are just some things here that I feel like I could have done so much better at when it comes to like shading and perspectives, everything in between there. Because this glove here looks kind of weird at this area. This looks like there's nothing happening on there, just like the sticker. The legs are, I don't even know what's going on with the legs. I couldn't tell you. And then it's the hair. I know I put like more detail in hair in the past, so this was kind of disappointing to me whenever I did it. So I'm gonna put that as a B tier just because I think there's just some things I could have done way better whenever I was doing all that stuff. Anyway, that's all the ones that I had there for now. If you want to see me do this again with some other drawings that I've done in the past, or some ones I could probably do later on, let me know if you want to see me do that, or if you have any requests for me to. And if you have any things you want me to draw on stream, I'll definitely do that. I know I haven't been streaming in a while just because I've just been so busy with other things, especially with me getting back into the gaming channel now and putting this stuff on the art channel. I'm trying to, you know, balance all three things at once. So let me know what y'all think. I really had fun with this. This was a really fun thing. I want to do more tier lists like this in the future, maybe with some other stuff, just like ranking anything, just stuff that's silly. I just wanted to do this one because it seemed like a good personal thing I can probably work on and share with everyone. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I just wanted to talk about all this stuff. Let me know what you think again. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.